What quote hangs on your wall? Welcome to Goal Getting Quote of the Day. I'm Tony Woodall, your host, and I will share with you a great quote I've heard, read, or that's been shared by one of my guests on Goal Getting Podcast weekly show, where I ask, what quote hangs on your wall? Thanks for listening, folks, and I really appreciate it. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Goal Getting Quote of the Day. I am excited to have you back today. Today's a special day. You're at episode 203 of Goal Getting Quote of the Day. Today's quote is from Jim Rohn. If you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. The truth hurts, but it's still the truth. That's a quote from one of my best friends, Bud Malmstrom. And what Jim Rohn says here today in this quote is the truth. How bad do you want it? My last guest at the end of 2015 was Amanda Bayerle. She and her husband, Nickolas, recently started their podcast, How Bad Do You Want It? It is a great podcast that talks to people that had dreams, goals, and desires, and they did what it took to achieve them. Do you have what it takes to get the goals and dreams you set? Will you do what it takes to find a way to achieve your dreams? I often talk to a lot of people about the goals they set. I listen to a lot of people that want to do something. More often than not, most of the people I speak to about their goals, they find a lot of reasons for why they can't achieve them. They just don't have time. They don't have money to start the business they want. Their family doesn't support them. It takes too much time to be successful. Do you make those types of excuses? When I tell people that I get up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym or to start working on my podcast, they look at me weird and say, "Whoa, that's way too early for me. I can't get up that early." When I tell them I stay up until 10 to 10:30 at night or that I spend my Saturday and Sundays working on my podcast, they ask, "How can you do that?" What they don't understand is I want to be a podcaster. This is the method I have to share my message. I want to be a paid motivational speaker. I want to help people achieve their goals and dreams. Since I do have a full-time job too, I have to find the time to do what I want to do. If it means I have to get up earlier or stay up later or spend weekends working on creating my shows, then I do. They just don't understand. But they don't need to. It's not for them. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way. Check out the last quote of the day, QOD-203, where I talk about people that don't understand. It's not for them. It's about me. It's all about what I want, what I need to do to achieve my dreams. It's my journey. I have a lot of friends and mentors that have succeeded because they did what they needed to do to get there. They didn't make excuses for not being able to do it. If you want something, find the way to get it. Do what it takes. Do what you need to do. Go out today and do what you need to do to get what you want. Thank you again for listening to Goal Getting Quote of the Day. This is the last of Season 1. We will be starting Season 2 of Goal Getting Podcast in the next episode. I am going to be focusing on specific topics throughout Season 2. We will be starting with one of my top goals for this year. I am working on wellness in my own life. If you've been listening, I have type 2 diabetes. I became diabetic because of the bad decisions I made in my life as I worked on other goals. I didn't take care of myself when I was working on my career goals. I worked hard, traveled, and spent a lot of time on the road. I was very successful at achieving my career goals. However, in doing so, I ate poorly, didn't exercise enough, and eventually ballooned to a weight of 296 pounds. Now, I'm not tall. I'm only 5'6", and that didn't help, and I then ended up developing type 2 diabetes. I know there are a lot of you that have done the same thing. We concentrate on our goals, our careers, and forget to take care of ourselves. The good news is I started working on my weight. I went to work for a bakery. Yeah, I know. That doesn't sound like a smart thing to do. And when I started there, I wore a 4X smock when I started. 4X. 2 years later, I had dropped 3 sizes down to a 1X. Now, how the did you do that working at a bakery, people ask me. Well, keep listening to Goal Getting Podcast and learn how I lost 60 pounds working in a bakery. After I left the bakery, I moved to San Francisco again, working on my career. I gained 15 pounds within a year. With a new career and more money, I went back to some old habits. I decided to enter a weight loss contest at work. We were doing a Biggest Loser competition. It was a 16-week contest, and I wanted to win. I didn't win. I lost by a couple ounces or a couple percentage points. I did take second, however, but I did lose 40 pounds in 16 weeks. How did you lose 40 pounds in 16 weeks, you ask? Listen to Goal Getting Podcast Season 2 to learn how you can lose 40 pounds in 20 weeks. Yes, I said 20. I'm going to give you about 4 more weeks to do it, and I'm going to tell you how you can do that. After losing that weight, again, I let old habits slip back in, and now I'm back on track to not just lose weight. That will be a byproduct of my true goal I have for this year. What is my goal for this year? Listen to Season 2, Episode 1 to learn the what, the how, and the why of my work on wellness goal for this year. Thank you so much for listening. This is your host, Tony Woodall, and I do appreciate you stopping by, listening to our podcast. You did not have to be here. If you like what you hear, share the love, share the knowledge, send it a link to the show, to our show notes page at goalgettingpodcast.com/QOD-203. Episode 203 is going to be the last of Season 1, and join us again on Season 2 in our next episode. Share it. Get people to come listen. We're going to be talking about work on wellness. That's the hashtag I'll be using throughout my journey here to work on my wellness, and we'll talk about that in the next episode. So come back to Goal Getting Podcast. Listen to us. We'll be sharing a quote every day that means something to me that I find inspirational, and I hope you do as well. Today is your day. If you've not started your journey, you have a goal. If you need to work on wellness, come join us. If you're working on your wellness and you need a little bit more inspiration, you need to find out what your why is. If you want to find out how you can lose 40 pounds in 20 weeks, come follow us. Hashtag work on wellness. We'll be on Twitter and also on our podcast. So thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.